Well, you don't know. After hearing the sound of Peter Tosh, if you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. I don't know, no, a lot of us live in a glass house and we don't know it, eh? But anyway, Radio Land, I am extra excited. So you're going to get some fire up in here tonight because we have none other than, should I say it? Hey, I'm sure you can see him. None other than Essential. He said not Essential. Essential Perspective Media. Yeah, he's in the house. Fix it right.
Yeah.
You can hear yourself now?
Yeah. I don't really hear myself, but I hear myself talk naturally. But yeah, Mr. Confusion himself, you don't know, Essential. The perspectives boss. The king of confusion in St. Kitts Nevis.
Good confusion, guys. So once again, it's a pleasure to be back here on a Wednesday. And if you're just in tune, our show used to be on Mondays and we move to Wednesdays. So I just hope that, folks are out there knowing that it's Wednesdays is the sweet, none other than Sexy Lavi, the real talk right here on WINN FM. And you don't know when we have the fire in the house, when you get the youngsters, you hear what he say? Confusion is in the house. But I look at it as fire. He's out of Jamaica, and I guess one would ask, where she find him? You don't know. I like to go out and bring people that are organic, authentic, people that can come and, add some fire, love and light here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and thinking outside of the box because I don't know how tonight going to go, but I'm hoping it's going to go well. And I think I'll find my match. But anyway, folks, I just want you to meet none other than Mr. Essential.
Wait, you say you find your match? Anybody you find your match? What kind of
well,
match?
not the kind of match.
You feel like you found a husband tonight?
No, I'm fire. And, sometimes people will probably think that, what makes you say that? But this is all grown, folks. And I really like your style, Mr. Essential.
What about my style you like? Is it my swag you like, or is it that smile that tends to captivate women?
I actually like.
What is it about me like?
I actually like everything, but remember, it's just from what we see on the media, right? But if it's one thing, we're gonna jump into this right now because it's only 1 hour. So, folks out there, wherever you are listening, the YouTubers, Instagram, Facebook, of course, a pleasant good night. He asks me, an old woman like me, what I like about him. Listen, number one, I'm older than him, and we want to go young. But let's be real tonight. What I like about this guy, he have a charm and electrified and a kind of mischievous confusion way, a little slick, but I think he know exactly what he's doing. I think it's just for the media, and this guy is not a joke like what people think. He is. He ain't no joke.
I don't think anybody really take me for a joke,
Well, we don't see the comments, and some of the comments.
Them, I feel like we could have just leave it at the charm part,
Oh, so when you interview Everton and when you tell the big, what you call him again, the biggie, Bibi.
The biggest, baddest blogger.
Yeah, and when you tell him that, what you say, him toxic, and he said, no he is
say,
informative.
Let's clarify that. I didn't say that. I think you misquoted me there. I said his platform is toxic. His followers are toxic.
Well, and that is
there's a difference,
Right.
Like
and
we have to be careful as it relates to the media. Because a lot of things tend to be misconstrued on the media.
The media going to understand that when we say, we don't know Everton is not toxic, but we're talking about what I was listening to on the internet, not just me alone.
A 30-second clip?
Yes. And so for me, basically you're saying your confusion. We like to use the words, because just like how you can tell somebody, man, person look bad, but bad mean good. You know what I mean, vibes? Yeah. But anyway.
Like just like how you look like one of them bad mature women,
And I like that too because, that's the aggression. In today's world, you have to have a little bad man, woman kind of thing. That's the way how you have some, You got to be strong, man. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I ask me anything? I'm an open book.
Are you a married woman?
I've never been married. A woman like me can't be married like this. When you're married, you can't be so free. Most married women today, no disrespect to the married women, but they jump in relationships, some of them so young that they don't have any, they lost themselves, their individuality. I mean, I say everybody. But the way how the world is going today, people are more looking for persons that they can not just compatible with, but personality. It's a vibes. So the married thing, I don't really find, I have not really found anyone back then that matched my personality because I'm not going to walk behind a man. Simple.
So I think I asked the wrong question. Then are you free, single, and disengaged? Because I mean, if you watch my most recent upload of White Sands Mardi Gras, I'm actually looking for a mature woman. You know, I have a little requirement, but I think we can work out something.
Listen, you think, I'm not listen to you with the woman from Antigua. She look fine, you know, but you tell her the same thing. So what you do, go on and tell every woman the same thing?
No,
That's just
some of it. Some of it is for the media, but some of it is genuine because, like from this afternoon when you pick me up, I just feel like a connection between me and you, you know.
I still like how he wants to slip me heart a bit, you know. Jumps, you're hearing this man in here? Facebook? You don't know how strong I am, Aries. I rule my head. He want to mess with my heart. But he's not going to control my interview tonight. Because I want him to tell me about, you think, when I hear the people I'm out there so much you're in love with Sister Cynthia. What go on? And she look nice too, you know.
I mean...
And she's a fire girl too.
Wait, are you really just ask me if I love Cynthia?
No, not me asking. Me bring what the media has put out there.
No, you're asking me if I love Cynthia. Because
yes,
I
what the
think
media say.
That question, all right, it was started by Sparry. It's a little controversial moment.
Oh.
It was a response from Sparry, like one of the comebacks of the year. When you look back at the year 2024, I think that comeback will be like a top 3 or a top 2 as it relates to comebacks. But as it relates to Cynthia, I love Cynthia as a DJ. You know, she plays amazing music. I'm in love with her as a radio personality. I admire her for the type of mother she is, along with a lot of other things, you know.
Yes.
So it doesn't go beyond there.
Alrighty. So, folks, you get it from Essential himself. Essential, he like older woman, but I'm sure he looking for a particular type of woman. Or is he really looking for a woman, or he just basically media, as him say?
No, of course. No, I'm kind of serious, you know. Here we go on. In this time and in this day and age, if you can find a woman who willing to take care of you, feel like every young man should have an older woman too. You know, kind of mold them in a way, you know what I mean? Because older women tend to have a level of experience that some of these young girls don't have. And you know, so I feel like an older woman would have things to teach me, and in turn I can teach it to some of these young girls. Because I'm not an exclusive man, you know. I feel like I have a big heart, and that heart has been broken into a lot of pieces. So the pieces are there to share amongst women, you know.
So when you get the older woman, she's there to give her experience for you to teach it to other people. So what are you going to bring to the woman?
I mean, older women, I can't necessarily tell you as explicit as I would on the podcast, but there's a certain magical touch I have. And I feel like an older woman is looking for that, you know, that companionship of a younger fella, you know, somebody who has that gentle touch that is, you know, rough when it needs to be. You know them way there?
Well, I could only speak for me, right? In today's world, I don't know what many consider as older, because there's some women are mature and very old, mature, young and sexy. It's not many women that basically waiting for a young man to sweep her off her feet. But can I tell you what I like? I definitely would date someone younger than me, because I've been really out there looking. And when I look at my age, I'm born the end of in the 1960s, right? And when I look at men out there, some of them, the majority of them either married, done divorce. A lot of them are not taking care of themselves, so they don't look refreshing. They're very stubborn. And I like even what you're talking about here right now. The energy that you're giving off, a lot of mature women want these kind of things. We want our men to lift us up, tell us nice things. You know what I mean?
Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
You know, I tell you, I feel the connection between me and you. You know.
That's nice.
Seriously, I think it's something that you need to consider. I'm giving you a actual offer, you know. But it's just that my services are not free, you know. It comes at a little bit of a cost, you know. Yeah.
So what's the cost? What's your price?
And I can't give out the cost on radio. We have to talk about that privately. But as it relates to the overall situation, though, I don't want people to feel like I'm this loose cannon, you know. I'm a very nice guy. The worst thing I'll do to you is break your heart. Yeah, because if you get too emotionally invested with me, you're in for some trouble, you know.
Well, I'm going to let you guys know. There's a difference in a woman being cultured. There's a difference in a woman being international. I don't know about everybody else, but I don't think nobody can break my heart because I'm full of self-esteem. I actually help build other women. I help put on other women, you know, the crowns on other women. So when it comes to me and in terms of a young man, I would rather, if I want to help the person, I would help them. But for me to be like heads off over a man just like that, that man have to come with really something to really lift me off my feet. And I see that you have a lot of charisma, a lot of charm, and a lot of zest inside of you. And that's a lot. That's enough for any woman that is out there looking for, I don't want to say love, but just to have someone that can make them feel special. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I think that's my touch, you know.
Yeah.
I specialize in that. You know?
Nice.
I'm a lover, you know. At heart, I'm a lover. I think people have a misconception of me that I'm this rough or rugged guy. I'm actually a lover. I fall in love very easily, you know, and I treat my women good, you know.
He's a Jamaican man. I don't listen, Kititians.
Well, I want you to put a little caveat on that. I'm a Jamaican that was raised partially in Nevis, you know.
Okay.
So I'm cultured to Nevis. Nevis played a part as it relates to my development.
Nice.
Anywhere in the world I go, I would always mention Nevis. Nevis is a special place to me that I'll never forget. I don't think I'll ever leave Nevis. I actually have a son in Nevis, you know. If you think I'm charming.
Listen, so my good friend on the line, wonderful JT Taylor, said they love young men they can control. But JT, unfortunate, that's a wide statement. It's not everybody like a man that they can control. You can say the same thing for women, for men also with women. So I don't think it's control. I just think that it's basically, one has to be careful if they find a woman that is very much mature, know who she is, know what she wants, and a woman that is liberated. So it's a difference in wanting to control someone and being liberated. And real women and men should not want to control anybody. There's a difference, JT. So what he said, dark back hard until they catch up to the what? To the cat?
Well, I mean,
the car?
I think you kinda misunderstood what JT is saying.
No, I know JT.
I
know JT to a full extent. Trust me. I misunderstand what he's saying. So maybe JT need to let JT put what he mean on the thread.
Well, to that point still, a woman, you say that's liberated, right? A quote-unquote liberated woman is only liberated until she meet a real man, you know? A real man that can really take control of a situation. And I feel like that's the issue with me and mature women at times. I'm not easily controlled, you know? And I love my own way. I'll always have my way. So as it relates to a mature woman coming in my life expecting to control things, you're in for a bit of disappointment, you know.
So let me ask you a question. Let's get real here now, because we on the Real Talk with Lavi. And if you're just in tune, we have none other than our special guest, Essential of Perspective Media. And I'm just happy that he can be here and we are having an open conversation. This is what it's supposed to be about, not just about, you know, him and I, but basically using a platform that can help maybe help somebody out there that needs it. And he just mentioned something about some older women wants to control and whatever. And definitely it is true. There's some women and men, that's just their nature. But everybody is not the same. And you do have liberated women. But until a man experience a real woman, it wouldn't even be a conversation about who control and whatever. It will be something about just a natural togetherness, just sharing what they have to build each other. Even if they don't get married, but it's to build one another.
I do agree. You know, it's trivial, like me versus you. These little conversations them come from like social media, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They sound good, but the reality is a man, like a real man, would control any situation he's in.
Right.
And that's the fact. I feel like this day and age, we have too much women who want to be men and too much men who want to be women. You know?
Right, and also,
balance.
and you're also correct with that, because I find West Indies women, I mean all women, but let's speak about what we know, right? I see JT is saying that women like men, that they take charge. You know, sometimes we also got to remember that we came from women too, and we have mothers. And there's a difference if you meet a confident woman, because sometimes, Mr. Perspective, you have a lot of men, even women. But let me speak for me as a woman representing other women, right? You have women basically put themselves to be an all-exclusive woman. And then you find a man, he wants an all-exclusive woman, and he just basically don't know what to do with a woman. And, you know, sometimes you meet a woman and you meet her independent, you meet her have very intelligent. And for whatever reason, sometimes some men still are in their, you know, insecurity, and they basically want the cake and they want to eat it. Having a woman being submissive, and I would never say that I would not be a submissive woman, but I would not just be a woman that is submissive. You get me? Right? So I could speak for myself, like I said. I am not just from St. Kitts. I've traveled, and we have to be very careful that when we look in women and men, they're universal women and they're universal men. So if we're just going to say somebody controlling, sometimes men got, you know, some men feel like they could target a particular kind of woman because she have a profession. So they're more into the woman because maybe she's a lawyer, she's a doctor, she have a certain profession, or she have money. But yet, they're not satisfied, and they go right back to look for a particular woman, the average ghetto woman. And I would consider myself as a ghetto woman. A lot of people, they're afraid to use the word that they're ghetto.
So let me ask you a question. You don't have the money? Like, you're not rich? You're not a rich woman?
I am rich. I'm rich in many ways. I'm rich mentally. I'm rich emotionally.
No, we could work out. We can't work out.
And trust me.
Financial richness, may I pray. No, I tell a lie. I feel like I've been struggling enough, you know. Right now, any woman we're going to lock me down, like any woman looking at me, they have to be able to...
But let me ask you a question. You came here,
you
right?
have to be able to take care of me, you know. Yeah, you have to be able to bring something to the table. Other than that, we'll go and chill with the young girl them.
And nothing wrong, chill with whatever you want to chill with. But you know what I find? Most black men, and this is a mentality a lot of us are coming with, they put in dollars and cents, and they're mixing up a lot of when it comes to wealth and worth. Because some of these men, they want this, they want that, and they themselves don't have that bringing. And I've seen even in social media where some women go out and they want all of this kind of thing from a man, and they don't have anything to bring to the table. I am not a liability. That's much I could say.
But what I try to show you is that value, the value of having that young energy around you. that should be enough for a mature woman, because I don't like using the word old woman.
Somebody
For-
say you're looking for a sugar mama.
Definitely, definitely looking for a sugar mama. And when I tell them, I'm admitting, I have admitted that on multiple occasions.
But if you're
I
looking
am
for a
looking
sugar mama, you think a sugar mama gonna just come? What you think a sugar mama made of?
Somebody with the money. You don't
You
know a
really
little.
think so? And the
Yeah.
sugar mama get the money from who else?
The sugar mama get her money, or she get her money. Me not really. I'm not necessarily concerned about where the money is coming from. It's more so like a made woman. Then. Not necessarily just anybody, but a made woman.
But you know something?
Know them with it.
I find, and I could do.
And listen, I want to clarify this. I'm saying for a mature woman to have a piece of me. Yeah.
Go ahead.
For a mature woman to have a piece of me, because I have recognized that there is a connection between me and mature women. So I'm saying for a mature woman to get a piece of me, there has to be a level of exchange. Now I feel like we spend enough time on that topic here. Ask me some other questions.
Listen, people are thinking like me. He afraid to say it. It's obvious. Can you see how the conversation went, right? I'm going to claim it. I don't care what he say. He like me.
No, then I have admitted to the connection.
Anyway.
Yeah, there is definitely a connection between me and you. I feel like it's mutual.
And I'm likable. It's my personality. I am. Anyway, tell us who is Essential.
Essential is a Jamaican, grew up in Nevis, who likes to talk, created Perspective Media. My father, hardworking individual, very ambitious, just going after my dreams, because a famous quote that I go by, like every day I repeat it to myself: a vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. But vision with action can change the world. And I've seen where I have been putting action to my vision and it's changing my world, So I'm just self-driven, very motivated, with a lot of ambitions, And my ambitions goes above and beyond just St. Kitts Nevis as it relates to Perspectives Media, because the fact of the matter is Perspectives Media started as a podcast, It was supposed to be Perspectives Podcast. And you see where it is today. This entire thing started in the basement of my cousin, with 2 mics and a laptop and 1 camera. And now I have like 4 cameras, lots of mics. It has grown from just a podcast to events to commercials to
nice.
productions, So
Yes.
you can see where the ambition is coming from, and where I was last year is not where I'm at this year. Where I'm at yesterday is not where I'm at today. There's a lot that comes with the public attention, because people feel like it's all easy and good. Like everything is just nice being on the media, but it comes with a lot of drawbacks. Like a lot of the positives definitely outweigh the negatives, but the negatives do exist. Like earlier you speak about the little conversation with me and Obi. It's actually it's like a 10-minute conversation, because there's no animosity between me and Obi. Obi is somebody who I speak with quite regularly. Obi shares my stuff, but there are people, like there are mischievous people who, I don't know if they don't live a life of fulfillment.
Yeah.
So they come on social media tearing down people. And I think a lot of them are just trying to get my attention. So they would post the most negative things about me based on the little short clips they have seen. As majority of them have never listened or watched an entire video of mine. They would just see the little short things that are posted for the shock value, But it is what it is. I accept the good with the bad, because one cannot exist without the other,
True.
Yeah.
I actually think that Obi, one should respect him regardless, because he was able to be overseas and, he sometimes when you want to know what's going on in St. Kitts, you got to check OBP.
Believe man,
You
Obi,
know?
listen, Obi have one of the most reputable platforms in St. Kitts Nevis, bar none. Like, as it relates to credibility in terms of posting consistently of what's happening. I don't know how he does it. I think I kind of have an idea. You have a group chat that people feeds him what's going on.
Which is very
Like,
good.
and his platform is actually a huge platform. I actually have a lot of respect for him. If you watch as me tell you, if you watch the last video I put out, White Sands Mardi Gras, me and him actually had about a 10-minute conversation. We speak quite regularly, privately, you know?
All right. Okay, so let me go back to the thread right now. It seemed like people like that little icebreaker that we had. So someone is saying so many men, that's massive Thomas. He's out there in, I think in Vegas. So he said, so many men think women want money, cars, and gifts. But the right woman wants a man time, effort, passion, honesty, loyalty, smile, and him, choosing to put her as priority. He also said, okay, I think this is the same one that kept coming. Yeah, so what you think about that?
What men think women want?
Well, he's saying, and he's a married man, and this guy is, trust me, this guy,
Well, all right, the truth and the truth.
massive, let me tell you a little bit about Massive. Massive has proven himself to be a family man, a hardcore man, a man that basically know the ropes. He's a street man. He's basically a working man, and he's established. And he's basically saying a lot of men want women. They want the money, they want the cars, they want gifts. But the right woman wants a man that will have time, effort, honesty, loyalty, smile, and basically putting her as priority.
Well, I think if a woman genuinely love you, that's what she'll want,
Yeah.
But we live in such a transactional world where there are people like myself who I don't hide it. A lot of people hide it, but transactions can happen. There's a space for transactions, That's why sugar daddies exist. I feel like we tend to demonize certain things when it's the reality, you have older men who have money that needs company, and there are younger women that doesn't have money that needs money who have the company to give. So that's a fair exchange. I don't know what's the issue with that.
Well,
like let people live how they see fit,
right.
and that's me.
Correct. But I also feel exactly what you said. People should be honest and put their shit on the table in terms of you can't expect to be, looking for what you say you're looking for, and you never say it up front. Because there's a lot of love bombs. People, they will come out and they will say things that they want, that they know a woman will want to hear. And basically, they lure that woman to make them think that, they're ready for the serious relationship, and, they're going to be that ideal man for that woman until when they basically get what they want and the woman start asking questions, then it becomes sour. So what I say to a lot of women and men, people learn from others' experience. For me, I am almost 60 years old, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. And I'm basically aging young because I take care of myself, I take care of my mind, I take care of my space. Sometimes it's kind of hard because the people that we love, it can be our children, our families, our parents, our siblings. Sometimes they bring the most stressful things that will happen to kind of, it could distract you from really where you need to be. But apart from that, I feel that if I am going to have a man in my life, just like what you're talking about, that you want a woman, you're basically looking for, and I would say probably as a gold digger, right? Not saying you, we're speaking in general, right?
Well, I can be considered a gold digger.
Right, right.
Because trust me,
it's actually like a gold digger,
yes.
But for whatever reason,
yes,
we think
yes,
gold digger is just
yes.
a woman thing, and sometimes strong,
more of a gigolo,
strong, independent women.
Women only, though.
Strong, independent women got to be very careful because the way how the songs, the entertainment, and what the society is putting out there right now, they're basically telling women that they need to look a certain way. They need to. It's just fake. We're promoting fake and not organic. And because I am an organic woman, I welcome compliments from whoever, but I know my worth. And it's a difference. It's a difference in terms of what a woman is looking for or what a man is looking for. I choose, when it comes to flesh over spirituality, I need a balance. And I'm not a boring woman, but, hey, you've been there when you was younger, in your teens, your early 20s, you go to the clubs, you do what your friends are doing. And when you look around, you ask, what do you have? Do you have ambition? Or are you going to let your ambition and be settled with a deadbeat, or just to say, well, you have a young man? Okay. Well, you're going to X me out on that. Okay. Anybody going to X me out on that? Let me
interject here. You said, right? Mm-hmm. You had your young days where
of course, I had my youth.
You experienced things and you experienced life. No, you as a mature woman now, aging like wine as you do.
Yes.
Do you think it's fair for you now to find a younger guy and want to basically lock him down when you as a mature woman had your young days of exploring?
Very good questions. And first of all, I'm not looking for a young man.
No, I'm not speaking to you or anybody specifically. Okay. I'm talking about generally. We're speaking generally now.
Right.
And I don't want anybody to personalize this because people tend to take my words and twist them against people.
That is so true.
I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
Because I know the reality of the situation. But back to the topic, because you're not going to go around the thing.
No, I'm not going to go around it.
How do you feel about that? Well, because that's another situation where I feel mature women get it wrong too, If you have lived your life to the point where, like a lady like as beautiful as you are, going into your 60s, and you found a younger man, I think there should be something in your mind that says, hey, this young guy should be allowed to explore, whereas you can get your little flavor every now and again. Once you can get that as regular as you want, then it shouldn't be an issue. Don't you think?
Well, I'm going to speak for women of my kind. Women that are just looking for sex, and there's a woman that, like I said, that looking for a future. But let me answer my question. You asked me a question. Okay. Let me answer. So in terms, and you have a valid point, and this is something to consider, not just from the woman, but that is from the young men that are going looking for older women. Because when you look for a woman, number one, I cannot produce a child, and even if I can, I am not in the position of wanting to be a mother at this age at all, right? So, and it's not even about women in the 50s and 60s either, because I would say it cut off perhaps maybe around 36, right? And when I say cut off around 36, that when you're from 30 to 36 on the 40, it is very important to know exactly what you want in life. And if you don't know what you want, because you ain't going to come overnight, but for those that know what they want, I feel that when these young men going around and think that they can jiggle or gold dig, these older women, they got to be very careful, because sometimes a good experienced woman like myself, I can make you fall in love as much as you think you're a gold digger, and I can make you invest in me, believe it or not. No, that's the power of experience and the power of a mature, decent woman. I ain't finished, but me not finish. Me just have to let you know certain things. So what I'm basically saying is that young men, just like how they're thinking that they can basically feel like they're the prize going into these relationships, a woman, regardless, is not a mother. And if a man looking for a mother, that is why he got to be very careful that when you're going out looking older women, you should be mentally mature and prepared. Because sometimes these men can turn around and become mentally messed up. Because as they say, sometimes you probably might think that you're big enough and you're grown. But sometimes a lot of young men cannot handle mature relationships. I'm going to speak when it comes to me on a personal level. On a personal level.
You're running from the question.
No, me not run from the question. If a man know he's young and he wants to get children, that is not a woman call to say, well, leave him and let him go run up and down or whatever. But you have women and men that have mutual understanding. And if that's the kind of women and men, fair enough. But I am very careful of when it comes to HIV. Like I said, I'm 100% into my anatomy. I study the anatomy and physics in cosmetology. I'm a cosmetology educator. So I have to be very, very careful in terms of bringing someone in my space and not just looking at them because they're young. So maybe I might not answer your question, but
answer a question.
Well, me can't answer it because even though I'm a ghetto girl, right? I'm not that kind of ghetto girl. I am not a woman that I'm very established. And I have been established since I was in my teens. I come from a very reputable establishment in terms of my upbringing. So when it comes to that kind of thing with women who making men feel that their penis is the only thing that can make them feel special in a relationship, that's not Lavi Gumbs. You know what I like in a man? Ambition. He must be able to come and bring something. Me no want a lazy man. Me no care how young him be. I do not want a lazy man. And a lot of women are fed up. We don't want a lazy man. Carry on now.
Boy, your skirt, boy. You're coming like a Jamaican. Man. You have like a Jamaican, a union skate. You know if it's skate round question, friend.
Not skate round nothing.
Anyways.
Me a seasoned woman, but
moving on from that.
Yes.
Because it seemed like you're a bit emotional.
No, I'm not emotional, darling. But, it's maturity up in here.
No, it's not maturity. I feel like it's more.
It's not emotional.
It's more emotion.
It's not emotion. It's experience. Been there, done that.
No.
Let me ask you a question.
I feel
do you have children?
I have a son.
How old is your son?
My son making 4.
Your son making 4. So which means you're young, right? And being young doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. But sometimes we got to be very careful, and I'm speaking in general. Even when we classify women and men, we cannot throw everyone, women and men, in the same category because everybody.
That was not my question. I feel like you misconstrued my question. My question was specifically for a mature woman who is being with a young man. I didn't even mention children. If you have lived your life, you have experienced life to its fullest, and you have now found yourself in the possession, so to speak, of a young man, do you feel it's fair for you to expect that young man to be solely and loyal to you?
But I did
answer.
But me don't answer the question this so long.
No,
me just give a.
You not give me an answer.
Listen,
no, you go
the folks out there don't know that me don't answer the question so long.
But what was your answer?
Well, for me to answer the question, I've been answering it. But if, like what you just said, right? That sound to me. Basically, the woman just wants an errand man, and if it's something like that, fine.
No. Oh, errand man, come in.
You're young.
Let's move on.
You're young. Move on.
Let's move on.
Move on. You can't tie me up. I've been there, done that.
You're not answering a question. You're go around it.
No, because me don't know how you want me. Wait, but you don't answer it then. Tell me what you want to hear.
No. It was a yes or no answer.
But I did answer. I said
yes
no.
No.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
No.
I did say that.
No. Now we can move on. No. I don't want the conversation to be just about man and woman, you know.
Well, the people ain't seem to like it, you know.
No, it's not what the people like. I have grown past the stage where I give people what they like. I give people what I want to give them, you know. And I feel like my platform and me as a personality have grown past the stage where it's just men and women conversations. Is it like, for example, I'm wearing this T-shirt tonight. Red Ibis. I have a partnership with True Vibes Island Prints, which is based in Nevis, that does everything in printing as it relates to clothing, DTF, we do e-transfer, you know, we do screen printing, and this is our brand, Red Ibis. You know, it's a brand that our what you'd call it, our motto is we are royal. So like when you wear one of these T-shirts, it's supposed to connect. You're supposed to be connecting to that royalty within yourself. You know, like you're supposed to find power within yourself putting on one of these t-shirts. So I don't want this conversation to be just about, these are the trivial things, because there's a time and place for all of that, and we can have those conversations on and on and on and on.
It's only 1 hour. You could always come back. Let me just tell you what the people are saying on the thread. Somebody is saying, Lavi, some of these fellas in their 70s got 4-year-old too. Oh my God, that's scary.
I mean, the other day I go home, the other day I go to Jamaica. My father have a child in the same age group as my son. I'm a father in I'm 60s, late 50s, going to 60s right now. So it's a matter of perspective and how you take care of yourself. And it comes down to your genes too. So, I mean, there's definitely a young factor, because I'm sure things that a man in his 70s and 60s used to do in his 20s, he can't do it anymore. And that's why I think there are mature women who love a guy like me, because there is something about me that probably reminds you of a guy that you met back in the day,
Anyway, all I'm going to tell you that sometimes when we're speaking in a box, folks, I just got to let you guys know this is not just about us. We're giving you entertainment, a platform. This is what's happening. Even though you might hearing it coming from both of us, there's people out there actually thinking like this. So this is what we're putting out.
Man, these are universal thoughts,
Yeah, but I can also say, right, that when people live outside of these small islands, and I'm not saying that because you live outside you're better than anybody else, but your perspective on a lot of things is completely different, because there's a lot of women basically not really living for a man, and there's a lot of men that is not living for a woman, and that is how it's supposed to really be, because people are individual, and at the end of the day, if a man know that he wants some of these things that you're saying in a woman, he should not have to put that pressure on a woman who is not of that personalities. That is why you have the strip clubs. You have places that you can go and get these women that you can treat them like dolls and beat them how they want, spin them like a kite and different things. Because there's some other women that just not into that kind of thing. And as much as a man might feel that he's younger, there's women like me that need you to bring something better than that. We need something of substance, of high quality.
Listen what I'm saying now. I don't think what I bring is just the intimacy, I bring a lot more than that to the table,
So you want a price for it. You want to be kept.
Yeah, you have to keep up that big pretty smile you have on. You dig what I say? It's just like if a man, alright, it's just like if a man take up a pretty girl now. Like you meet a pretty girl at a party. You are expected to maintain that prettiness.
So
sorry fellas, but you can't have a car and not service it and cry when it breaks down.
True that.
You dig what I say? So it's just the same. A mature woman getting involved with a young man must expect to pay her bills.
Right, so she not gonna care and nobody for maintain either because she mature and she old. So only the younger people need to be that what you're trying to tell me?
But then again,
you tell me?
This is catered to a specific kind of woman. This is not a broad general thing.
Listen, this is a real talk with lovely, lavish Lavi. And if you're just in tune, thank you for being here. Our special guest is none other than Essential of Perspective Media. Somebody is messaging and said that you're too boasting.
Oh, am I? I mean, I get, all right, you see, that's the next thing I want to speak about.
Remember, we on the air, so we're giving people, they have a right to say what they want to say about us.
That's the next thing. I think people tend to misconstrue or mix up or misunderstand confidence versus arrogance. I would just say I'm a confident person. I wouldn't say I'm a boasting person or an arrogant person. I'm just a confident person. It's when you believe in yourself. All right, you know where this confidence come from? This confidence come from the fact that I had an idea. Because what all of this come from is just my friends who me used to reason with in school, you know. And they saw a spark in me speaking, like our conversations. As a particular friend whom I always gonna big up, Matthew. Is it? Matthew saw a spark in me, and he always tell me why not record my thoughts and put them up. And you see, when you're coming from just a thought and you have manifested yourself into something beyond what you believed before, you are gonna have the confidence there, you know. Like, I have turned my visions into reality, and I've kept on turning my visions into reality. I have a right to be confident, you know.
And that is true.
I'm not a rich person. I don't have many possessions, but I have myself. I'm rich in me, you know.
Alrighty. So I'm going to read this again. So, hi, Shirley Jeffords. How are you? This person is saying, I want to read two before you can say anything, okay? This person is saying, he seems like it's all about him. He will not care about anybody but himself. He wants an older woman to take care of him while he run around. And the good Dr. Garfield, good night, Dr. Garfield Alexander. He's saying, Tanti Lavi, hey, you are lecturing to the youth. You have to dissect and labeled, haha. I guess he basically is saying that maybe what he said, I'm lecturing. I don't think I'm lecturing, but yes, a little lecturing will come in. It's experience. And, you know, he's saying what he have to say, and I'm saying what I have to say. And, you know, there's some older woman will want to hear exactly what he's saying, you know, and there's some another older women that don't want to hear those kind of things. So I can only represent who I am, because at the end of the day, I am all about mentorship, you know, having some strong morals, but I'm still not, because I am like this. Trust me, I am very adventurous. I like to do things. I mean, if I'm involved in a relationship with a man, I'm the kind of person, I'm going to say it, I will go on my head and spin like a kite, but I'm not going to go and spin like a kite for a man that don't care, because the man feel like I have to just doing all the spinning. Well, what he doing for me?
Okay, no. All right. If you have a man, right, and the man loves you, like the man treats you well, you get a high level of intimacy. Everything is good at home. This man takes you on dates, takes good care of you. Now, you find out that all along he had about 4 women on the side. Is that an issue for you?
You got to know who is Lavi Gumbs.
I don't. I'm trying to figure out who is Lavi Gumbs.
If I have to find out that this man do these kind of things, of course it will be an issue, because I'm only human. But I have built myself up. I cut. I don't have time. I don't do the arguing with women. The people here in St. Kitts and Nevis know me. Nobody could basically say they had an issue with me with no woman and man problem. I help put crowns on women's head, right? And yes, if a younger man wants to be in a relationship with me, if I can't speak to him, what's the point? Just like how he wants to speak to me, it's a learning experience from everybody. And as the good doctor said, lecturing, all that in it, because it have some men basically are controlling, and they like to know that the woman, they get a particular woman to stay in the home. So the woman is the home, put up on the shelf, ain't going nowhere. Home, fretting, stressing out, calling she girlfriend, them telling, oh, he gone this place, he gone. Lavi Gumbs is not that type. I'm an independent woman. I'm actually a fire woman.
I feel like you tend to go off on a bit of
No,
tangents.
I'm not going off, sweetheart. It's called experience.
No, you're going off on a lot of tangents. Like, we can't keep on track of a topic. I feel like we're going off track.
No, because you want me to agree, and you want me to agree with the stuff that you're saying.
I want you to disagree, and let's discuss like why you disagree. You dig what I say? Like that's where I think good conversations are built
Well,
on.
I thought you'll don't figure out by now that this is an independent woman full of confidence and self-esteem.
You're-
I actually help build other women, so you're not gonna get them kind of things in from me. Let me read this here. This person is saying he is right. If you want a young man, you have to treat him right, just like if an old man wants a young woman.
Yes.
And listen, and that's the thing.
That's the key.
And that's the key, right? Where he is right. Because the question said, if you want. But if you notice, sometimes the woman them don't go looking for these men. It's these men that come to the women. So it's a different situation.
It's a mutual thing. Even if the man come to you, Lavi. Even if the man come to you,
It
you all had an
sounds like
agreement.
it sound like when you're buying bread and cheese
No,
from the shop.
but listen, if a man come to a woman and I feel like women lack accountability, when things go bad, it's all, oh, you this, you that, you that.
It is 8:52. You're live right here on the radio, social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I am the host, Lavi Gumbs, and I have here with me Essential of Perspective Media. We have to be very careful when we train all women and men in a box, because I'm an international woman, and for men, that basically when it comes to older women, it's not every older mature woman, right? There's some mature women look even better than some of these men that are coming to them. So if you're gonna say that I am being emotional, I'm not being emotional, and of course it's good to have emotion, but it's experience, because a lot of these men sometimes they're not even sexy. They don't even take care of themselves.
And that you try to say about me, Lavi. No, Lavi, look pa me good.
People, he like me.
No, look pa me good.
He like me,
time,
people.
Lavi, me say look pa
But
me good.
I thought it was Sister Sensia. Michelle, I need to have Michelle in here. Me and Michelle need to be here with you.
Listen, I want to make this clear again, Pandora.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Listen, whoever watching, take off my glass so I can see in my eye.
This person is saying
No. Wait. Before
okay,
you
go
go
ahead.
there, I want to make this clear again for the last time. People keep on asking me this. Me and Michelle, sweet sister Sensia, we're friends. We're good friends. If you want to know if I love Michelle, I love Michelle as a host, as a DJ, as a selector, as a radio personality, as a philanthropist. She's a nice person. She's a good friend to me, you know. Anything beyond that is between me and Michelle. All right? Let's move on. I'm tired of this one question, man.
All right. Is this 8:54 before I leave? It's only 1 hour. I think people like this topic, you know, and folks, I just got to let you guys know, don't judge us. We're here to present.
No, man. I love the judgment.
Well, they don't say you're a gold digger. But anyway,
I love the judgment.
this person is saying, good night, Mr. Perspective Media and Miss Lavi. Here's the thing. When an older woman seeks a relationship with a younger man, it is crucial for her to recognize and accept several underlying dynamics.
Right.
First, she must acknowledge that she has already achieved a significant portion of her life goals and milestones. Her experience, successes, and perhaps even failure have shaped who she is. In contrast, the younger man is still in the process of discovering what the world has to offer, forming his identity and accumulating life experiences. The disparity in life stages necessitates a mutual understanding and respect for each other's journey. The older woman must accept the reality that while she might be drawn to the vitality and fresh perspective of the young man, he is still navigating a path to self-fulfillment. She should be prepared for the fact that his priorities and experience may differ from her own established views. Moreover, this is long boy, the woman must enter the relationship with a clear awareness of what she is seeking and the potential challenges that may arise from their age difference. It is vital for both parties to communicate openly and honestly about their expectations and goals. By doing so, where'd it go? They can build a relationship founded on mutual respect and understanding, allowing both individuals to grow and learn from one another. This dynamic, when approached with maturity and insight, can lead to a deeply enriched partnership for both the older woman and the younger man. And with this, I am just going to say, no matter what, this is people's opinion and perspectives. There are persons out there that are genuine in what they want in a relationship with someone. And, we got to be careful when we talk about older women or mature women, because sometimes in the smaller island, right, sometimes you're not even much older than a man, maybe 5, 10 years older. So I think that what people are speaking about maybe is when you really have that wide margin with a younger man. And with that, I would agree. If a woman is going to pick up a man that is basically that she can be his mother, then she should not expect much from that man.
She can't be my mother. You're mad. I want carry on,
Right.
I don't put carry on, son, But anyways, I want to say this. I want to say this, right? Before we go, because I realize
the time.
We're out of time.
Of course.
The reality is, for any relationship to work, right, there has to be a level of compromise. And these mature women who have found themselves single at these older ages, it's for a reason. It's because y'all have been hard-headed all your life and not compromised for the men of your age. So now when you get a young man like me, you have to just accept what I come with. And that's my parting words. This has been Essential, the Perspective Boss, a.k.a. Mr. Confusion. It was a pleasure being here.
I don't even know how to close up.
Well, I want the people to follow me on Instagram at Perspectives_media, YouTube Perspectives Media, Facebook Perspective Media. One Mr. Confusion, We aspire to inspire. Yeah.
It is 8:58. Wow. Listen, you older women and mature women who want to look at young men, you better have energy, because right now I'm out of breath. And this evening, I never even expect the conversation could go like this, but we had an ice break and the people like it, so why not just stay,
Right.
And I don't know, but I am just so happy that I'm current when it comes to, as you age, you need to be abreast of what's going on. And I am agreeing with you and many others that commented on the thread tonight. Thank you so much. When you're older and you're really going to put yourself to look for younger men, you really got to have something. And I mean, as the guy said, you can't expect the man going to be faithful when, you can't get no children for him. You can't go certain places. But,
You can't arch your back like that.
You can't arch your back like whatever. But I don't know what kind of woman they're looking for, because if they're looking for strong, healthy, sexy women, older women, you got to be careful what you guys calling older. If you're sick, it's the difference. But there's a lot of liberated, young, older, sexy-looking women that are energized, that can put their back, show their foot, do anything. Hey, we'll talk with Lavi next week. Tell everybody this is the place to be. And I'm hoping that I think we make a good partner. So when I said partner, I gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful, I
gotta be careful.
You
But anyway,
you're
let
playing
me
with
see.
fire, I just play to tech,
I'm not playing no fire. I'm fire. I'm fire itself. I'm fire woman. Yeah, but it's all about energy and personalities. And I always feel that if it fits, make it happen.
And everybody who listen to this, come to Nevis. Culture Armor is right around the corner.
Yes, I really
have
like
something
that.
called the Cultural Experience. A lot of craziness. Look out.
All right, so have a wonderful evening, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure having each and every one of you taking part, and I learned something tonight. Did you?
Of course.
I'm out.